Hey everybody, this is Adam here from 3rd Gen Camaro Hacks. Today I'm going to give you some tips on how to remove peeling clear coat. Usually this happens on the bumpers and on the hoods and top sections of 3rd Gen Camaros. And today we're just going to look at how to remove that and how to shine it up and kind of make it look like you have clear coat when you have just taken it off. So let's go outside and take a look at how you do this. For this process, you're going to need some supplies. What I would recommend would be turtle wax polishing compound, terry cloths or microfiber cleaning cloths, and then tar polish or wax to shine it up at the end. So what you're going to do is start with polishing compound. First you want to make sure the surface is a little bit wet. So I'm going to just rinse it down here. And I just got myself very wet. So you're going to wet it down, grab your polishing compound. Sometimes the loose clear coat you can peel off with a nail, and you want to get most of it off with something heavier. For this area I have a little bit left over. You can kind of see where all the water is sticking. That's just leftover base clear coat. That's the first layer of clear coat. And so I just want to get that off. So take a rag, get some of your polishing compound on there, and then just work on it. You'll see red start to come off. And that's a good thing, because that's going to get your top layer of base coat and clear coat. Start peeling that off. And then you want to be able to kind of wipe it clean here and get a preview of what you're working with. Wet it down a little bit more. Kind of see where I'm at. You might need multiple rags for something like this. They're going to get filled with old paint. So then you let it dry. And so I can actually still feel and see a little bit of that clear coat. So I'm probably going to have to go over it again with another couple rounds of this polishing compound. If you do have a buffer, circular buffer, that would be ideal for something like this. Just makes it a lot faster. You don't have to do it by hand. And I do have one, I just don't have an extension cord that'll reach all the way out where I am outside right now. But this is coming off. It's just going to take me a few rounds of the polishing compound. See, the other side I actually have already done it. You can see how the water is beating up over here. You wipe it off and, dry up. That side is very glossy compared to this side. We're getting close though. It looks like I'm only going to need about one more round of the polishing compound. You can start to see that it's getting pretty smooth here. You're not going to be able to see much of that layer of clear coat. And then this is just leftover polishing compound residue. So what you're going to want to do is probably get another rag, because your rag's going to be very dirty, very paint filled. Now wet your rag a bit. Just try wiping off all the rest of that polishing compound. You'll see now the water doesn't stick exactly how it did before, which is good. It's good, you don't want it to stick. The problem with removing clear coat is that you don't have anything to protect your base coat. The clear coat acts as a shield, and so you need to recreate the shield using something else, unless you want to respray it with clear coat. It's not something I necessarily recommend, because you need really good equipment to do something like that. But you can see there just how much better it looks after just a few rounds of polishing compound. And then you could do this over and over and over again, 5-10 rounds of polishing compound. At that point you're going to start to wear thin on these seams here on the edges, because this base coat is going to be very fragile because of the age of the paint. You can kind of see there's a little bit left. If you look very closely, there's a little difference in color between where that clear coat was and where it had peeled already. So that's just going to be from the paint fading from the sunlight and the base coat being hit by the sun, and then having that, even that terrible clear coat was still protecting the base coat. So after something like that, after you've cleaned it, wiped it off, you're going to want to hit it with some car polish. I like to use New Finish. It's relatively inexpensive. Goes on pretty easily and then comes off very, very easily. All you got to do with this stuff is you wash and dry the car, which we've already washed and dried it. You put it on a damp cloth. So I'm probably just going to use the one that I wiped it off with. And then you just do one section at a time. So just apply a bit to a cloth. It's going to work similar to the polishing compound, but this is going to leave it shinier. So you're going to kind of put it on, let it gather up into a haze there. And then it's gonna get even more hazy. You can see that peels off even more. It's pretty strong, but definitely does the job. And so I'm going to do both sides. See kind of how we end up here. Both sides, and you kind of let it dry a bit. I don't know if I put enough on yet. You might have to do 2 rounds. And then you should be able to go back with a nicer cloth, like a microfiber. Great place to find terry cloths, Big Lots, Ollie's, any place like that, any discount place. So let it dry for a bit. I don't think they say exactly how long. It just says let it dry to a haze and then wipe off. I'm just going to wipe it. And you can see it's quite a bit shinier than it was before. To get a perfectly smooth finish on that front nose, you're gonna need to buff it with a buffing wheel. Also, it'd be good to even sand off the clear coat, but then you're kind of running the risk of cutting through the base coat. So this is the easiest solution that I've found for just repairing small sections of the car that are peeling. And so you can see I still got clear coat on the rest of the bumper, but this clear coat's relatively intact. I just tried to get it around this seam so it's a little less noticeable. So that's just a quick guide on how to hit clear coat sections like this, try and remove it. If you guys have any questions about the process, or if you'd like to know where to find some of the supplies, you can find most of them at AutoZone or Advance Auto or any parts store. Walmart even carries most of these things. A cheap buffing wheel would be at Harbor Freight Tools. I have one. I think it was about 15 bucks when it was on sale. So that's a good place to get one of those. It does the job. You won't be using it a lot. But this is just the easy way to remove that. So thanks for watching, you guys. I should be uploading more videos as I'm home now for the summer. I'm done with college, and I've got some time to spend with this car. So I'll have some repair videos and just quick tips and guides. But that's your hack for today. Thanks, everybody.